4, 3, 2, 1.
PzNqZ manifesting on the highest plane, setting circle on my brain.
Activation. Conscious stimulation for the nation. Are you on your P's and Q's? As always, I hope so. Am I? I guess we're gonna find out. Anyway, family, how y'all doing today? Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I want to go in a little bit on a few different things. Obviously, what's buzzing right now is the presidential debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. I'm first going to start off with Donald Trump on his part of the debate, how I feel like how it went. For me, Donald Trump, he was more so in the energy of trying to expose the establishment, expose the common ongoing political power that's running this country and bringing forth the new world order that we all have been exposed to. So that's where most of his energy really goes. I didn't really see much of a debate. I felt more of a rant coming from him. It did hurt him in a few different ways. I agree. And one thing he exposed in this rant is that he doesn't have enough self-control. I mean, it's one thing to want to stop somebody within their lives, and it's another thing to just have the patience to use the time that you're giving and use it productively, proactively. Like, for instance, if you're arguing with a woman, or if a man arguing with a woman arguing with her man, I don't want to be biased. You have to let the other person finish. If you want to be validated and you want to be taken seriously, you have to show some type of patience and allow the other person to complete what they're saying. I will admit, I've had that issue in my past relationships of not letting the next person finish talking. It always ends up bad and makes me look bad in the long run, because then we go from having a conversation to try to battle out who can talk louder and who can out-talk who and who can make who shut up. That's never productive, no matter what, no matter if you're right or wrong. Bottom line. What I will say is that he does have the wisdom to manipulate the system, the ongoing capitalistic system of trade and income and making money, balling. He does know that much. He do have that game within him, so I can give that to him, because he wouldn't have the money he got, he wouldn't have the platform that he has. And Hillary claimed that he hasn't spent any money in federal tax, so there's something that he's doing to where he don't have to pay federal tax. Why he not getting hit with that? I don't know. One thing I did notice that Donald Trump was really going hard on when it came to the black community is the violence within the black community. He said if you walk down the street, you might get shot. And people are being offended, like, oh my God, it's not all black communities are like that. A lot of them are. Maybe not the bougie, upper class black communities. Places like in the South or Chicago, the prominent black communities where they own a business and making jobs, there may not be that much violence. But for the most part, the ghettos, where the lower class people live at, that's what's happening. And when the bougie black community wants to deny what's taking place in the ghetto because they want to not run away but go to a safer location to raise their children outside of the violence, when they ignore what's taking place where they come from, that's a problem. And they don't want to admit to that because they have risen up above the poverty line and they got themselves and their children out of the ghetto. So now you got the black people that lives in the suburbs that think they're better than those in the ghetto, saying that's not all black people. But a majority of black people are in poverty and are in prison and are being treated unjustly. There's something going on in the black community. He also speaks on there's no job. As I was saying, he's exposing the fact that there's no foundation within the black community. Now, as I said before, most of the money, most of the businesses in the black community are not controlled and ran, or they even employ black people. It's mostly immigrants or other people. I'm not gonna point no finger, and it's nothing against those individuals. It just is what it is. When you have a family, I don't say Pakistan or wherever, they have a liquor store or something or whatever, convenient place, and they make a lot of money on the corner, or even a chicken spot, they make a lot of money on the corner, and they drive 2 miles away to their suburb, and they spend money in their neighborhood. They don't put money back in our neighborhood. See, the black dollar doesn't circulate like it's supposed to. It leaves our neighborhood like that, and we have so much spending power, but we're ignorant of that, and through impatience and trying to live a certain lifestyle, we don't take the time to see the value in circulating money through the black community and trying to build and work with our people. Although we just got out of slavery yesterday, you know, we're not perfect yet. We need time to heal. You know, it's funny because Hillary actually shut him down a few times. Even though he cut her off a lot of times, I never seen him so quiet and kind of shut down without a real response. He was getting shut down. I'm not going to even state that. He was speaking a lot of truth, and he was trying to expose the establishment based on like the mentality of a conspiracy theorist or a truther. He was exposing that part of the establishment of the continuance of the political powers that are taking place. So, but he got shut down. I saw his face. He was, you know, looking cray-cray. He wasn't as strong as he seemed. He was just running the same rhetoric, the same things that we've already heard. He said a few more things to try to articulate his position, but for the most part, he was just trying to expose the establishment and belittle Hillary's position rather than building up his own position. The only part he really got her was, besides the obvious, was he said, well, you've been in office for 30 years. What have you done? Why you want to make this big change now? He also exposed the fact that he called black people super predators in the 90s when her husband, Bill Clinton, was in office, which created some type of law to incarcerate a lot of black people at the time, and which was the war on drugs, the war on drug users and the people that were creating the crime and the war on drugs and the battle between people dying over it, you know, whatnot, blah blah blah. Y'all know what it do. So he did get her there. That was a good punchline. One part he tried to get her on the fact that with the whole birth certificate thing with Obama, which don't even matter no more because he about to be out of office, so they need to calm down on that whole birth certificate thing. They need to just let that shit go. It's old, it's played out, it's done. So what? I mean, what? So what? Oh, he changed his mind to try to relate to the black community. He's relating to people that recognize real and that want to get rid of the establishment. It could be a good thing and a bad thing. I guess we gotta wait to find out. You know, he does have a lot of supporters, or he wouldn't be toe to toe with her. All the other people got shut out. All the people, this is all we're getting is Hillary and Donald Trump. So it says a lot about the political parties that we represent and the people that we're allowing to get in office, you know, from the bottom of the pyramid to the top. That's our fault. We're not using our people power. You know what I'm talking about? One last thing, jobs that are being sent out of the country, based on employers and business owners that want to pay employees as little as possible. It's almost they wish slavery would come back so that they can make money off of people that get no income. You know, it's the very energy of minimum wage having to be in place. You need minimum wage is not based on survival. I don't know what it's based on. It's based on, I really don't know. Because if you get paid minimum wage, you work a full-time job, you cannot afford a place to live unless you're living in a studio apartment and eating top ramen every day. You gotta work close because you couldn't afford the gas and you don't do nothing but have probably house parties. But you're not going nowhere, you're not traveling, you're not getting no vacation, you're not getting no 401k, you're not getting none of that. You feel me? So I don't know what the minimum wage is based on. A couple can hardly survive off the minimum wage, and if they got kids, it's even worse because daycare and the work schedule, it just breaks the family apart when you don't have the proper amount of income. So you have companies that want to pay people as least as possible, so they take the companies to other businesses, other countries, so they can give people 2 cents an hour. I'm exaggerating, but you did what I'm saying. So it is what it is. So he exposing that, he's saying, well, we gotta bring the jobs back, blah blah blah. I feel it, because they took the manufacturing jobs out of a lot of communities, which why a lot of communities look like damn war zones and ghettos, because people were thriving back in the days before they took the jobs away. Okay, I know I'm putting a lot of emphasis on Trump because the media exposes mostly about what Trump is talking about. Everything Hillary's talking about is basic. It's the same shit. It's like Obama 2.0. You dig the point that I'm making? It's all good, but don't be ignorant to miss all the knowledge. You don't have to agree with everybody in order to learn something. That's all I'm saying. It's a shame that a black man like myself is hearing more truth coming from somebody as crazy, I'm not going to say crazy, as extreme and outspoken and an alpha male like Donald Trump. So, we done been so buttered down and watered down and softened and buttered up that it hurts us when somebody actually exposes a little bit of strength, which is sad, because we used to want to be strong. We have a military that's killing the whole world. And when we say something aggressive, somehow that hurts. But people are getting bombed and murdered by us 24/7. But when somebody says something aggressive, we get our feelings hurt. I don't get that. Y'all brainwashed. Y'all gotta wake up. And just on the Hillary point, like I said, I've mainly been talking about Trump position because he has the most extreme positions. Hillary, the whole night she kept her cool. She had her swag right. I also say that she did speak strong. She held her head up. She didn't seem sick. She didn't cough. She didn't pass out. Nothing. So, she really put it to him like, I'm here. She must have been had her Wheaties. What I'm saying? Drunk her water, her alkaline water, and had her kale and her greens and whatnot. You digging the point? So she was on her square. She made Trump look real bad by being so confident. She held her ground, head up high. She was clean. She was up there. She was bright. She was vibrant. I can't even hate on it. What she did was she exposed Donald Trump as a man, or somebody that was born with a silver spoon in the mouth. What I'm talking about? Was given everything that they had. I'm not gonna say he didn't work hard once he got the money, because he made moves, built relationships, and established businesses. And when he did have to file bankruptcy, he did it in the right way. That's what a lot of people doing businesses do. They file bankruptcy. It's an American thing. She clowned with this one little hot ass bar. I'm gonna show y'all the video right now.
He's written a lot of books about business. They all seem to end at chapter 11.
Yeah, Hillary got bars. That was comedy. I felt that. I felt that little video. One thing I noticed about Hillary, she has a strong position based on her being on Obama's side. Her bringing on the Sanders supporters, knowing that Sanders was better than both of them, hands down. Some type of way, the election was rigged because Sanders should have been whooping ass. He was saying things that every American wanted to hear. Sanders was an American minded. He related to the youth, to the older people. He spoke a lot of truth. You know what I'm saying? He spoke with heart and passion, not just politics and policies. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Hillary, she riding that boat. She riding that train, so she's getting her support. She came out on the top on this debate. I agree that she came out looking better, and she was more solid. Trump made himself look bad by ranting and raining and acting a fool and being like a crybaby. You know what I'm saying? He was exposing a lot of his weakness by not being able to shut up. Like, it's like a crybaby making excuses. Oh, my microphone was. He made himself look real bad, but he was exposing the most truth when he was breaking down statistics, and I enjoyed that part. But it is what it is. The people only gonna go with what they feel, not what they hear. You dig the point? And another thing, when they asked her a question about the email scandal, when she deleted like 30,000 emails, something crazy. Everybody's talking about it's nothing new. All she says, oh, it was a mistake. I messed up. I was misminded, whatever. That's not good. That's How you did that on purpose? I mean, it is what it is. It's being covered up. Since she has power, she's gonna get away with it, and that's why she's getting away with it. It's that simple. It's nothing more than that. It's just like a celebrity getting away with crimes that a regular civilian won't get away with. It's that simple. Just keep that short. Get over that. Get over the email scandal. Oh, Trump need to leave that shit alone too, because it's not working. It worked to his advantage for a while. Now he has to explain policies and certain plans specifically that are going to make a change, and he has to be more passionate about the American spirit, because we're too goofy and geeked up, and you know, we got the gay people getting married now. Everybody all geeked up and lovey-dovey and la 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 la. One thing that they both still can't really admit or try to change is how to solve the problem with racism. They're avoiding that. Like they're talking around. All they're doing is giving us statistics. Oh, this is what's going on in this neighborhood, and we're being treated. They're just exposing the reality of racism. They're not giving a solution at all. Oh yes, we're going to retrain the police departments and build a better relationship with the police and the communities. That's a cultural change. That's a cultural change that has to take place. You know what I'm saying? Because the TVs, like Hollywood, will have to stop being racist too. Hollywood, the corporate America, there's so many levels to it. I mean, you ask me, why are there black police officers abusing black people? Because they have self-hate and they're trying to impress the brotherhood within the police department. So it's a cultural change that has to take place. But they're not saying that, because at the end of the day, they're just gonna try to put a soft band-aid over it, because they don't want to deal with the reality of white supremacy, racism and white supremacy, and how it has been over the times. Don't give me this peaceful America bullshit. This shit was built out of bloodshed, and we know the Indians are watered down. And on top of that, the Indians right now are fighting a pipeline, an oil pipeline, going through the middle of America. They're out there right now. They're not talking about that at all. At all.
We're standing at the construction site of the Dakota Access Pipeline. It looks like there are at least 3 bulldozers. There's a helicopter above, there's security here, and hundreds of people have been marching up. People are marching forward in their tracks. There are men, women, and children. Anything. Why are you letting her dog go after the protesters? It's covered in blood.
So that's how we know that this is all bullshit anyway. So if you want to be a part of the change, get with your community, like-minded people within your community, discuss the issues and take it to your local mayors and things of that nature. You know, talking about state assemblies and all of that. One thing I will say is the main thing that we need to focus on is jobs, health, education, living in a safe community, the quality of living, especially a just and fair criminal system to properly process individuals that have issues that need to be put back into society while they're incarcerated. They need to be rehabilitated. So yes, if you found this video at all valuable, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe and share. I am Ps&Qs Activate, sharing my visions, making sure you are staying on your Ps&Qs. I do have an album out. It's called Birth Effect Year 1 BE. An album speaking truth to power, motivation, wisdom, and a little bit of spirituality. You know, expressing how I feel about unity. So if you want to support that, you can download it for free at datpiff.com. The links are below. Or you can support it at bandcamp.com. The links are below. Go ahead and check out my website, PzNqZ8.wix.com. /Ps&Qs. Thank you for your time. Until the next time, stay on your P's and Q's. Peace, love, and balance. Catch y'all on the next one. If you do want to see other episodes of Are You On Your P's and Q's, just click on one of the images you see playing above you. You won't be disappointed. Peace out.